In the last 12 months, the Southerners have been the pride of the Nigerian as a state. So just recently, someone challenged the Northerners that what exactly do the Northern youths add to the economy of Nigeria? And you would be amazed by the reactions of the Northerners. I mean, just look at my top left screen. Just imagine this shameless lot saying that the Northern youth are the best Quranic reciters in the world. And then I laughed. Oh my goodness. They are even proud. You know, they are saying it to our faces that they, as the Northern youths, they value their religion, they maintain control and regard their religion above all. That they, in the whole wide world, are the best Quranic reciter, chanter, grammars. And that is something that is worth celebrating. I mean no disrespect to my Muslim brothers in the Southwest, in the South-South, in the Southeast, and even in the North. But it is laughable when some youth, at their prime age, when they're supposed to be inventive, innovative, are coming out here in the global space saying that Nigerian youths of the North are the best reciter of Quran, and so therefore they are adding value. Of what value does you citing your Quran brings? What economic value? I understand the moral value, the moral codes of conduct, you know, that it brings to that part of the Nigerian contraption, maybe. But again, we understand that the major reason why the North is behind is because of their religion. If there is any part of the country that is monolithic, that is homogeneous, is the North. And if there's any part of the nation that is supposed to be more advanced because of harmonious relationship amongst the people, and because most of them have what we call religious commonalities, it should be the North. But it is still that same attribute that should be an advantage is now a disadvantage to them. They are now technologically behind the South, educationally behind the South, economically behind the South. Nothing but groups and flocks of Alimajiri children that is being produced on an annual basis like a ton of rice. And yet, a northern youth, a shameless northern Nigerian youth will come out to a social media and embarrass the Nigerian people, saying that it is the North that is the best reciter when it comes to Quran recitation in the world. I mean, more they had brain to our common statements sometimes. When the youths of the South are challenging the status quo, in the recent we have some very brilliant minds. 2 Igbo boys in Abuja, they are building drones. They have just won contract to produce nothing less than 100 drones to Ghana. Locally fabricated drones that fly in the sky, that fly in the sky. Let me translate for those my northern Quran reciter, because you might not understand what I mean. We have another guy in Ebonyi who is trying to create a locally made turbojet. In fact, this guy was showcasing his product at the defense, military in Abuja. When the Minister of Defense even saw it, it was wow, like, wow. The Chinese people saw it. The Chinese were taking pictures. They were taking cameras. Now let us juxtapose. So what you mean is the northern youth will now take their knowledge of the Quran to the global stage and be saying, this is our invention. What are you inventing? Show me where anybody has moved the world with your religious knowledge. The only thing you eventually do is maybe enslave people with that, with that belief. Then you handicap them, But it doesn't make you in any way powerful. It doesn't make you in any way relevant. It doesn't make you in any way become a global power. Let us look at those economic global nations. The Chinese, I don't see them talking about religion. In the United States of America, when it comes to their science and technology, they push aside spiritualism and religion. They understand the efficacy. Why a country must be advanced in science and technology. They don't come here and start showcasing that they are the most religious, they are the most Christian-based nation. They understand the place of religion and education. They take it seriously, both. So why is the Northern youth telling us that they are the most religious extremists in the whole Nigeria and even in the world? Can you be more imam than the guy in Mecca? Today we can see that Saudi Arabia is opening up their economy for people to drink alcohol. In fact, I saw something, and one guy called Faris. Look at what he wrote. Look at my left screen there, top screen. A northern lot, one irritant in the north, telling Saudi Arabia, who are the cradle of Islam, that why should they say that they are open for LGBTQ come 2035 because they want to host World Cup? No. They should invite Hamas. They should invite Boko Haram. If they are reaching it that they invite Syria, Hezbollah, I believe these are the people that will be clapping. The way religion has eaten deep into the brain of some of our northern youth needs to be checked, and we need to diagnose it, because those guys need serious deliverance. Because at this stage, in this century, when countries like Burkina Faso, which is a Muslim-dominated country, are talking about how they want to increase their own local technology, how they are going into what we call agricultural revolution, and the people leading it are the youths of Burkina Faso. Go to Mali, the same thing is going on there. A Senegal just had what we call election revolution, which was done through the ballot. They elected the youngest ever to rule that nation, Senegal. A 41-year-old Diomaye, instead of the Nigerian northern youth to galvanize themselves because they have what we call religious similarities and ensure that Nigeria progresses politically, technologically, and most importantly, agriculturally. But here they are propagating is religious extremism. A shame to the southern youth. These are the northern youths who all trooped out when Hezbollah attacked Israel. How does Nigerian northern youth in any way benefit from the attack on Israel? Of what benefits are you gaining? They even went out to protest when Israel started retaliating. I mean, we saw it openly. They started carrying banners. These are the shameless laws that I've never protested for the northern ladies, northern Christians youth, who have been on a daily basis maimed, kidnapped, unalive by bandits. But because of some religious bigotry, far away, over 10,000 to 50,000 miles from Nigeria, they are protesting on behalf of Hezbollah. And we think we have a nation. We think we have a country. And yet we are going to say we have a president. A country who is supposed to be a secular state, a secular nation. But the order of the day is always about religious jingoism. Everybody is always ready to blow their trumpet. I am the best, I'm the most religious sect. This is why the Middle Belters are now coming out and speaking up that they are not in any way associated with the North. It is just the handwork of Lord Lugard and then the military northern leaders that conflicted and confiscated them into whatever contraction we call the Arewa today. I mean, the youth of Plateau, I mean, I so much love the Plateau brothers. Just recently, a young guy called Benny. This is a young guy who takes from ordinary metal sheets, fabricate tractors, fabricate even a car. He fabricated all manners of corn mills, wheat mills. A Plateau guy. He doesn't identify himself as an Arewa. He sees himself as a middle belter because he's a just guy. But you see, they use religion to what? To conquer those parts. And when they conquer the northern part of any nation, most times it always extends down to the south. Whether we like it or not today, Nigeria is being ruled by the majority of the North. They are the key decision makers. They are the power brokers. Now the southern youth must come to that point of realization that shall we continue to be held back by these morons who think they are the best reciter of Quran, instead of them talking about technological advancement, where we're supposed to be interrogating ourselves, challenging, having healthy competitions. That this is what the northern youths have just manufactured. Oh yeah, over to you, southern youths. What are you guys going to do? This is what the middle belters have done. Okay, those guys who are in the southeast, south, north central, northeast, what are you bringing to the table? But when the south is trying to push music to the global stage, we are pushing sports to the global stage. We are doing everything possible to be technological advanced, manufacture, going to industrial revolution. What our counterparts from the north are bringing to us is their religious jingoism. How moronic and how ridiculous. A place whereby religion has finished and have invested their brain, they cannot longer hold their governors accountable. They would rather pride themselves. Look at the humongous amount of out-of-school children from the north. Look at the level of ignorance parading, flying around over there. And when you speak out, they start calling you, they start calling you all manner of names. They call you, you're a bigot. They call you, you are just you are discriminating. Speaking the truth is now an offense. If I have a brother from the north and I cannot say the truth to them, I cannot speak through to them, speak senses into their dead brain cells, then am I supposed to be your brother? Am I supposed to be called your brother? And I do not blame, because some part of this country have had enough. They've gotten tired. They've seen no need to further advise these guys, and they are seeking for a way out. I'm talking about my Biafran brothers, the Southeasterners, the Igbos. They've had enough. We cannot be doing the hard job. Meanwhile, some lazy asses are ripping us off, taking the glory of the hard job of some people. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's done anywhere. Such a reward system will only breed enmity, animosity, rascality, and even banditry and war. Because when the guys in the south are trying everything possible to read hard, score higher grades in their jams so that they can get admission, often gotten that, go to school, become the best amongst their peers, and when it is time to recruit into the federal ministry departments and agencies, you bring up conversations around tribes. I'm not talking about meritocracy. You bring up about issues that where you are from Lagos State. No. Let me accept this guy that is from Gombe. You are looking at their CVs. You are looking at their certificates. This guy from Lagos has distinction. This one from Gombe has what we call manageable. Pass, just let them go. He has such a grade. But you are not saying that, no, this certificate does not matter. He's a Gombe boy. Let us collect him. You know that place, no nation will ever progress with such style of mentality. This is what the Biafrans saw. Some of my Yoruba brothers are beginning to understand that this is not supposed to work. The biggest mistake is what we are calling Federal Character Commission. What is federal character at the federal level? If you want to have anything character. It should be state character. Let it be according to their senatorial zones. Every state has 3 senatorial zones. Let that be within that state confinement. At that subnational level, they can have what we call rotational. They can have what we call favoritism or whatever. It is amongst themselves in the states, not at the federal level. The federal level represents the image of the country. And when we're talking about the image of the country, it should be the representation of the country at global stage. And what we should have at those level should be the best of us. Not those who are favored. Not those who are openly incompetent, but because of an agenda that was pushed by the Northerners. By the way, Federal Character Commission was actually pushed by the Northerners. The same thing was how they brought quota system into admitting students. Why is everybody not put into, let us have everybody at the level playing field. Show your skills. There's no need after 60-something years for us to be saying the Northerners are still being favored. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. And this is why they come out openly to tell you that they are the best in Quran recitation, when their mates are studying further maths, so that they can score 100 over 120, because that is their own, cutoff mark. But the Northerners, their own cutoff mark will be like 40. So why wouldn't they have enough time to go and be reciting something that does not have any economic value to the country? It is unfortunate that the country is set up like this. The northern youths must wake up. Otherwise, the southern youths might begin to clamor for a full separation. Thank you. Bye for now.